Is that a problem there for the? Because that's the Jesse Krohn car, isn't it?
Yeah, which has been reeled in, hasn't it, all of a sudden, by Lucas Stoltz and the Lamborghini. So they're 4th and 5th, those two.
So we're on board with that car, looking back now at the Lambo.
Bentley's starting to loom a bit large in the mirrors again as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Funny how the pace dropped off from that, right from the very, very start, you know, where it looked very, very menacing. But, okay, last 3 laps then. The Jesse Krohn, Lucas Stoltz difference you can see on screen. Where are we? Exactly 1.5 minutes from the pit window opening. And some background information, Robert Renaud driving the car. Martin Raginger has literally had to rag it down quite a few flights of stairs because he was in the commentary booth next to us but a few minutes ago.
That's right, for German TV.
And it is clearly got to be down there and ready to jump into that car, isn't he?
There we go, Dave. The Lambo's going to have to go to turn 1. And he's been reeling in that BMW so much, surely this is going to be a simple move. Yes, it is, down the inside. As simple as you can get at those sorts of speeds with Jesse Krohn. He's a bit walking wounded at the moment. He's lost a couple of seconds over the Lamborghini Huracan in the last 2 laps. So a comfortable lead has been whittled down to nothing very quickly. And the Bentley now is going to try and take its turn. But the best opportunity to overtake here is into that turn 1 left-hander, isn't it? The hard braking zone.
Well, that was perfectly executed, wasn't it? Once again, not carrying too much speed, so you didn't run wide. Just got it all set up perfectly. Perennial flashing lights of the Bentley. So yes, that is going to be in the target sights, isn't it, of Christer Jonsson. Let's look back at that very car now from the onboard. Pit window is open now. And Jules Gounon. Then it'll be Daniel Karvitz that will take over. These are fascinating to watch. Drivers positively pulled out of the car. Now, we were saying just before coming on air, Daniel Karvitz, a bit real overtaker, isn't he?
Yeah, quick drive. Not surprised that they want to get him as long a stint as they possibly can. Champion in 2013 alongside Diego Alessi. So in they come. There's no refueling. It's just driver changeovers here. And in terms of our championship runners, they're still stuck in 15th place. Conor Diffley, Christopher Mees, who's going to get into the car. Second in the championship, defending champions Ludwig and Ash, still stuck in 14th place.
Oh!
Well, that was close,
now,
to say the least.
That was Michaela Arlen-Kodalinski and Marco Bononomi car that very nearly got tagged by the returning Corvette, which we're on board with now, looking backwards down the pit lane. Absolutely fascinating shot. And now we'll light it up. Very short run out once you've done the entire pit lane, isn't it? You feed right back into it. So there is the number 44 Audi then. Driven by Michaela Arlen-Kodalinski and Marco Bononomi. And in is the Patrick Assenheimer car with Dominic Schwager about to get in. Assenheimer positively pulled out of the car. Schwager is in.
I mean, there is a minimum pit time of 65 seconds, but you've got to get as close to that.
Yes.
It's a long pit lane here as well, so long that 65 seconds is soaked up on the speed limiter getting to and from your pit box. So they've got to make sure that they're in a position not to lose a fraction of a second here, because it might just make the difference between the positional two. As you go back on board with the race leader, Robert Renaud.
We were watching his teammate, Martin Raginger, who was on air just a few moments ago. So the number 99 Preco Porsche then. And just running out onto the gravel, the Audi ahead, kicking up some gravel into the windscreen of the Porsche of Robert Renaud and soon to be Martin Raginger.
Second place is coming as well, number 69 Patrick Assenheimer in the Corvette. So he's the first of the front runners to make a pit stop.
So super slow-mo shot of our race leader. There's Martin. Just out the front of that car, I mean, the front splitter is rubbing on the tarmac when the car brakes and the suspension compresses. Absolutely fantastic. And driven faultlessly through the first stint of this race. Here comes the number 20 BMW then. Louis Delatraz will be in and Jesse Krohn out.
That's the second Bentley coming in from a long, long way down the order. But Guy Smith, who won Le Mans with Bentley last decade, is now going to get into that car. He's been enjoying life in the GT Masters Championship. Dashes to get in. We'll have a little look at the car, the tyre pressures, but not too much in terms of changing the car. That's you can do really in these pit stops, isn't there?
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Okay, so is Renault going to come in this time?
It makes sense because he's about to hit a load of traffic. Yeah. So rather than stuck in the traffic for a lap, might as well come in.
Yes, he's in. So in comes the race leader then, Robert Renault. Martin Ragginger standing by, following his on-air stint, ready to do his driving stint. Ooh, pit limiter in then. Pit lane speed limiter.
And second, who made his pit stop before, Patrick Assenheimer, is just at turn 3.
Right.
So we've got to keep an eye on him. He was around about 4 seconds behind, wasn't he? Trouble is, there's a vitally quick driver about to get into that Porsche, Martin Ragginger.
Yeah, you're right.
I was enjoyed watching him around the back part of the course at Zandvoort last year in qualifying. He was pretty breathtaking. But he's not the only one, is he? I mean, the standards is incredibly high this year. Le Mans winners, Nürburgring winners, they're all in this, aren't they?
So Renault then, having done a fantastic job. Porsche fires up once again. And is away. Right, here then, as we split the screen.
Turn 11 now.
Okay.
It's the 69 car. I mean, it should. I think it's going to be more.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's the car that was second, just over the start-finish line now, but released back onto the track is the Porsche. So that 4-second gap, I reckon, is going to go up by a few seconds. It might be more like 7 seconds, maybe even more.
There is the Porsche. When do we see into shot the Corvette? We don't, in truth.
Interestingly, Christy Jons has stayed out longer than most in the number 7 Bentley. Now, he was, you know, stuck in that little battle, wasn't he? So they're going to try and leap some in the pit stops here. He's second at the moment. He's just come in. So the yellow Bentley just comes in, second on the track, but he's trying to get ahead of the Lambo, isn't he? The Luca Stoltz Lamborghini, which he was stuck behind for the whole of the first stint.
Right, so Bentley, and then it'll be Daniel Abt that will jump into that car now.
It's Mirko Bortolotti. It's going to get into the number 16. Well, he already is into the number 16 Lamborghini that this Bentley was trying to get ahead of. That's already been into the pits and made it stop. And looking at the tracker, should be about midway around the lap. No, in fact, into turn 12 it comes. It's coming onto the oval straight here. And again, the Lamborghini, I think, having been just clear of the Bentley in that battle for 5th place, is going to be well clear of it. There's the Bentley. There's the Lamborghini going through turn 1. It was just in front. It's going to be a couple of seconds in front, maybe even 3 seconds in front. Then you got the Corvette, which was just by the Bentley as well, just behind it, and he's going to get through Daniel Corvette. So their early pit stop pays dividends. The Corvette gets ahead of the Bentley. That's going to gain it a place, moving it even further up the top 6. So this is the car on the team. They're a third in the championship. The top 2 in the championship are both struggling in the race so far. So it's looking pretty good for Daniel Corvette, who's got a clear track ahead of him as well. So he should be able to put in some good lap times here. But a bit of a gap to try and get up to the number 16 Lamborghini here to try and get another place in the race.
Well, fantastic that was. So then, as the order there. Those that are pitted, you can see on the left-hand side of your screen. Those that haven't, Edward Sandstrom, Daniel Dobbich's car is one of them. Also, there's Hesselmann's car too. So 27 minutes of the race remaining, and now the Bentley coming under pressure from the Team 75 Bernhard car of David Yarn and Matteo Cairoli. And just as I say, coming under pressure, really just getting up the inside of the Bentley now, as they head towards turn number 1, the inside line for the Porsche. So the Daniel Abt Bentley goes back another place because that Porsche moving up a place. So that was all set up really on the exit of the final turn. And whether Daniel Abt is just losing another place, Chris, whether they're struggling with something on that car now.
Here's a move from Luca Ludwig into the number 1 car, trying to get ahead of the number 20 Schubert BMW of Delatraz, and succeeding in doing so. So that car has dropped back a lot, hasn't it, the BMW? And equally, there's been some places gained during the pit stop window for the number 1 Zach Speed Mercedes, Sebastian Asch in the first stint, Luca Ludwig in the second. That's a good lineup, that as well. 2 very strong drivers, 2 gold-level drivers in the car. Back into the pits, I'm afraid.
Well,
oh no, it's for its standard change. This is number 34, which is the Audi. So Kelvin van der Linde is going to get into that now, isn't he? Oh,
and out is the Philip Geipel Rahal Frey Audi. And this is why. Oh. Well, that was a very bold and ambitious move, wasn't it?
I think Rahal will,
polite.
Yeah, I think Rahal will not be entirely happy with that. Let's put it that way. There'll be probably a few cursories inside the cockpit. Well, look at this Gackler car. It's making its way through. Everybody fighting over the same bit of tarmac here. Trying to get the battle, the Phoenix Racing Audi of Marcus Winkelhock. Only driver to start last and first in a Grand Prix in Formula 1. He raced in a rain-affected race in a very uncompetitive car, chose the right tyres in changing conditions and led the race.
Right, you'll see a number of cars going through the pit lane now, and that's because of drive-through penalties for Nicolas Pola and Gerhard Tuaraza. Also a drive-through penalty for car number 36, which is the Christopher Zanella Porsche, the Big FM Porsche. Those two are getting a drive-through penalty. Should there be any other penalties issued, of course, we'll bring that to you.